Okay, this is me in the morning. I'm doing this while I still can because it's not even 8:30 yet, but I'll do that while the babies are still just in the process of eating or just ate or munch something and start playing around. This is like in the morning when they do that, I do the laundry and like wash the stuff here from the morning. And good morning, sunshine. Good morning. He's eating pieces of cereal, pieces of egg, whatever. They just, and then my baby girl's already playing. As you can see, there with long sleeve today it's only 22 degrees Celsius, and we write this here. Anyway, so I just feel like I have to take this out of my system because when it gets too much, I tend to explode, and I don't want to explode on my kids when they come home from school because they, that's all I got. I just have my kids around me and in this house, and outside is rainy day, so can't really go outside to explore with the little ones. So I'm just gonna jump into this, guys. I don't know why I thought about that, but I guess it's just because it's something like scarred. It scarred your heart. When something scars my heart, I just remember, and it hurts. And they say don't really open an old wound and don't rub it because it's not gonna heal. Hot chocolate from Costco is the best. But I would just say it anyways because this shouldn't be happening to any lady anywhere who has decided to leave her own country and to go to another place and bear children there and have absolutely no emotional support whatsoever, especially from her spouse, who is really emotionally, I've talked about this in Japanese men like multiple times, and over and over and over again, I'm just amazed of the disability to detect human emotions and properly respond. That's the way I would put it. And so yesterday my dad called. He asked if we could talk, and when he does that, that means he usually doesn't bug me. If I don't call him and tell him all about the craziness here, he wouldn't bother me so much. But yesterday he asked if I could call him, so I did when the babies were napping, and thank goodness they were napping, so I could talk to him for about 50 minutes or so. It's okay. We share. Yeah, please eat it. Yeah, eat it, Karia. For you. It's for you, baby. It's for you. Eat it, sweetheart. Okay, I'll put it here, okay? So Kai can have it too. So he called me, and I called him back, and he said, "Oh, I'm talking to your sister right now." So I don't know if he knows there is like an option where we can all three talk together at the same time. But it's okay. It's okay. Kalyachi. It's okay. That's fine. Mom is gonna clean it up. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay. Don't worry. You just stepped between the chairs. It's okay, sweetheart. Here you are. And so he told me that my uncle passed away, and so it just came as a shock because they were just fine, and him and my auntie were just fine, and everything was fine, and they live in Spain, and for a number of years now. Thank you, guys trying to help me clean the eggy. So they've been good, but like he had some heart problems, and we all knew that he doesn't really live the life of to try to prolong his life a little bit more. So we knew something like that would happen, but when it actually happens, it just catches you. So anyway, it's sad. It's sad. I don't really know him very well because growing up, he's from my dad's side, and my parents divorced, so we grew up without really much presence. But I do remember little when I was little. He's fun. He's really fun, outgoing person, and jokes around, and like he has to be joking all the time. And that's something I like about Bulgarian men. Sometimes like they could be murmuring a lot, but they could actually turn any bad situation into a good one. And my dad is like that too, and so I really like men like that use the lemons of life and make lemonade. I like that. And anyway, so it made me think, I just remembered, and I of course there is no way I can go to either Spain or Bulgaria to be there for my auntie, because I love my auntie. I love both of my aunties, from my mom's side and from my dad's side. They're just wonderful ladies, and they both lost their husbands now. So it's a shocker, because it's like an opening for me. It's like this is gonna happen soon to me and my sister to face. And probably it's like when something like that happens, it makes me feel like I'm not sad for him, to be honest, because I know where he is. It's in a much better place, and not really paying anymore any kind of physical restrictions, I would say. But but I'm more worried about his wife and how she has to probably go back to Bulgaria now and start a life without him, and just having him around for so long and make her laugh and joke around all the time, like that will be missed a lot. And so my dad is sad because they were friends, they have the same first name as well. And it made me think, though, in 2017, when we came back from Bulgaria, when we visited, and when I traveled for the first time in my life with my 3 boys alone, at airports and changing airplanes in Qatar, that was very stressful, I remember. But I made it, and my dad waited for me at the airport in Bulgaria, and he helped me with the luggage. And the boys were very small back then. That's 4 years ago. That they were really small. My eldest was a first grader in elementary school, so they were small. And I mean, I can't even tell you guys how things, because of money and to save up, and there's for certain things for Japanese men that they will do out of nowhere for convenience, but then other things that don't involve them would be taken care of in the most economic way possible. So I had to end up flying by myself with my 3 kids back home, and I stayed there for a month. And he just joined us from his university in England for a week, and they went back to England. And then after that, on the way back to Japan, he flew by himself from England, and we flew from Bulgaria. And we, at the same day, we met all together in the Tokyo airport. I don't remember which one of the both. But anyway, so when I look back then, I just did it, and I didn't reason I just did it. But when I look back now, it's like, what the heck? Families don't do that. But you gotta think, 3 kids, that's a lot of money. And yeah, thank goodness I was working, because if I didn't work, I wouldn't be able to pay for the airfare. And so yeah, he was paying for his own airfare, and I covered the rest. And I also needed money to, you know, spend it back home. So I thank goodness I was working. That's what I have to say. And I had to exchange in Japan in the airport yen to dollars, and in Bulgaria from dollars to my currency. It was just like really anyways, but we did it for the sake of the grandparents so they can see us. Anyway, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but like, so that year 2017 is when I lost a baby and I didn't know about it. So after we came back in August, I lost the baby in November, I think, and I didn't know that I was pregnant. And so I kept working, going to work, ran out with the kids, and ate spicy food, whatever. Like, I know. See, well, people, if it was meant to be, it will be meant to be. But if something went wrong with that pregnancy, just I think I think after 3 months, I think I was 3 months along, because yeah. Anyway, so I lost the baby, but before that, when we came back from Bulgaria, I guess it was because I was pregnant. I didn't know, and my emotions and my hormones were going up and down like crazy. And I remember even going one time to the doctor because I had a fever, maybe because my immune system was going down because of the pregnancy. And so and I was sweating like a pig, and it was a cold day, and I was with a very thick sweater, but like he was looking at me like sweating like that, and he was like, are you sure you're not pregnant? That's what he said. And I said, no, of course not. Like, I just spoke like out of, and then I realized maybe he was right, and I should have checked. And anyways, so at that time, before I knew that I was pregnant, we had really bad fights, because I don't want to blame only me. Of course, it's not just my fault. I wouldn't fuse and flame for no reason at all. Like, I don't really do those things. But I guess it pissed me off. I don't remember anymore what happened, but we had a really bad fight. And at that point, I was told that I probably I'm go ahead and, you know, leave. Go ahead and leave, and you can take the boys. I will miss them, and I'll spend as much time as I can right now with them, and then I'll miss them. That's all I heard. And at that time I was pregnant too, so I didn't know, of course. And I think that day when that happened, my whole body was shaking because I was under a tremendous amount of stress. Okay, I was shaking, and I was about to go and, you know, start packing up stuff. The moment I thought about that, the moment I decided to do that, what happened in his family is his uncle passed away. And I guess it was really fast. It was, I don't know, cancer, or I don't know what it was, but I don't really know details. But his wife is one of my favorite relatives. Like, I really like auntie. And so her husband, I know he smoked. That's all I know. No, don't know much about their lifestyle or anything, but whatever happened to him, it happened fast in the hospital. And so he passed away, and that was exactly then. And so he said, if it's okay, can we all drive to the funeral and stuff like that. So it's like, what, 2-3 hours away from here. And so I was just, everything was just so dark in front of me. Like, my mind was dark, and it was just so, it was hopeless situation. It was like, towards winter, it's like before, it was not, probably October, I don't remember. It was really bad. I was like, so he's letting me go with my kids, and in spring. That's what I was planning. I was planning, in spring when the school year finishes, we just take off. And yeah, my oldest was just first grader, so I was thinking, I'll just place them to school in Bulgaria and they'll start from beginning. And so I didn't tell my parents then about it, but I was thinking, after Christmas and holidays, I'll just tell them, that we're coming home with the kids. And so I was like, I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go to anywhere with him in the same car for so many hours, but I did anyways. I did anyways for the sake of the kids and because it's a family matter. And so we went, and we went through the ceremony. It was my first and probably last time to see something like that. It was sad. Beautiful. They just decorate like crazy. I mean, I understand why it's millions and millions of in one ceremony, one service. I just, wow. Then they just overdid with the flowers and stuff. But there are certain things that you do there, like, according to their traditions, Buddhist, whatever, I don't know. So I respect that. So I did everything that I had to do. And then there was we went to the cremation building, and then we said our goodbyes to him for the last time, and then they put him in the, whatever you call it. I remember it was a wall full of those. It's like, looks like a morgue, but instead of freezing the body inside, you just burn the body. And so that was my first time to see it too. So we went there. Auntie was a bit shaken because it was just like last time to see him, and next they will just give her the dust, and they keep the dust in one bone for whatever reason, I don't know. And then you put it in a tomb like those that you see around randomly around family graveyards, whatever. So at that, I remember while we were waiting for him to be cremated, there's like this cafeteria, like waiting room or whatever. And so Auntie ordered for everybody something to drink and eat, and I was just so poisoned inside. I was like, on the top of that, it's grief too, because you're losing a relative. And from my religious perspective, from my beliefs, what I believe, and from what I know from scriptures and modern prophets, where you go is much, much, much better than here. But I was just sad for Auntie because she would be living alone. Like, her daughter and her family, they live next door in a house behind a little bit. But, at the end of the day, everybody works and busy. And so she just probably alone. I was just thinking about her recently too. Just very strange. Anyway, so I don't know how her days go by, but she's without a husband now. So but then they were ordering drinks and stuff, and I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't want to drink anything, and I was pregnant, you guys, and I was just so poisoned inside. I was just this grief and the stress from like, okay, now I have to start thinking about me and my kids from now on, and how life is gonna be. And you fear because you don't know what's gonna happen, and those things that you have to think and plan. And so I remember my kids were there, like just goofing around and eating the snacks that they ordered and drinking their drinks, and there were other relatives and whatever. And I just felt like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be part of this, because I never really felt part of it. And I'm not really familiar with dealing with big families either. So it's nothing bad. It's not there is nothing bad about being in a big family or being part, big, you come into the big family and stuff. It's just how their firstborn treats you is just and at that time, and I think that's one of the reasons maybe that that contributed to the loss of the baby. I'm pretty sure, because stress to exceeding levels just kills you, like, in a way, slowly. And so we came back home, and I think that event, if that didn't happen, I'll probably not even wait until spring and just come back home with the three boys, and those two would never really exist at all. And I think it's funny to say, but that death in the family saved this marriage. And then the next thing that happened to save it is those two guys. And I don't know what they're saving, but me staying here for that long is because of the kids, and especially those two, obviously. And how those two are happened is just another miracle. I can't even tell you. But it just made me think, if his uncle dies, he can get in the car and drive for 2 hours, and he can be there and attend and be support to the family. And if my uncle dies, I just have to grieve in my own way. And yes, he was not like, near and dear person to me, but my auntie is, and I am worried about her. And me and my sister were talking last night, and it's just not easy. It's not gonna be easy on her. And in this world situation right now with pandemics and whatnot, yeah, and grief is grief. So everybody deals with grief differently. And so I can't do much from here. I can just be moral support and send love, and I cannot be present there. And that's what makes me sometimes really sad, is like the decision I made to follow this guy and to trust fully in him, kind of like self-sabotage me, because that I thought that was a righteous choice, you trust your husband, you love him, you trust him, you follow him, and then as a response to that, you receive suck it up already, the life here, and partnership between him and his mother, as if we just don't exist. A good example, yesterday, I have to renew my passport, my Bulgarian passport, and the one of my oldest son, because we did it together. The other two boys have different year of expiration, and then I was thinking to make passports for those two as well, because it's easy for when you enter my country and like through customs and stuff. It's just easy when you have the Bulgarian passport. No big deal. If they don't have it, they're not gonna die, but because they have the citizenship, but they already gave them like the social security number and everything, so those two are registered in Bulgaria. But having the passport is easier. But so in order to do that, I have to do tons of paperwork, and I have to go to medical checks to renew that, and my ID card, I think, and my driving license in Bulgaria. So I have to, those are documents that you have to have up to date. It's good to have those up to date. My passport is expired. If something happens, I don't know, I cannot go back. Like, my passport expired in April, and so I have to go into those work. And in order to do that, I have to go to the consulation, the embassy, the Bulgarian embassy, which is in Tokyo. And I really don't want to go to Tokyo because that's, pandemic, whatever. Now I want to think about it. I don't really care anymore about it. But, what I'm worried about is my kids. And, flying there, I don't want to do it. So I'll probably have to drive all the way to there, which is going to take 10 to 12 hours, depends how many stops we have. And so it's okay. I got you. And then, we have to do that. We just have to do it. And the reason it's been for so long is because nobody, and when I say nobody, I mean, dear husband, I could have done it earlier, okay? I could have done it earlier because I needed to go to a medical check to start everything. Okay, that's all I need to. I need to go to a medical check and then do the paperwork. Oh, and I also need a printer. I need to have a working printer, and I have to figure that out to print out the documents so I can fill them up, and take those to picture taking, me and my other kid, and so I can send up all the paperwork, and then we can set an appointment, so we go there and then talk to the council and whatever. And so we haven't done it, and then finally a friend of mine who's Japanese works in the hospital where I did the check. She helped me out, and I think last week, and we did the check, but now I still have to do check for eyes and ears and stuff like that, and have like a special paper that the council can see that my health is in good condition to renew my documents. And so can you so that, yes, in the car, can we make sure we do it by the end of October, because my mom has to go to watch a new grandkid was born into the family, so she's gonna help with watching. That's a truck. So can you, so how the way he said it, like I understand that things have to be met, like there are timelines and that have to be met. I understand that, but it's not my fault that I couldn't go to the hospital earlier for medical check. It's not my fault that it's so much required of me to do. It's so much required, but then I'm left with those two, and I cannot really go anywhere. I mean, I probably could, and I probably should from now on. Just tag along the babies with me and go anywhere by myself and do everything by myself. I think that's what's gonna happen, because he cannot. His business is not gonna survive without his mommy there. Yeah. So yeah, it's okay. You're okay. You guys are okay. Don't worry. Here's a book for you. Here's a book. Here's a book. Let's read a book. And so yeah, this is the situation. So can we do that possibly by the end of October, because she has to leave in November. And it's not good to leave the business for 2 days, because it's gonna break down. His business is gonna go nuts. It's gonna go bankruptcy for 2 days if he's not there, and if his mommy's not there. So yeah, it's just so pathetic and so ridiculous and so sad. It's just really sad. What is the priority here? Like whatever the wifey wants to do, and her freaking Bulgarian documents, blah. Who cares about that stuff? Who cares? All he cares about is his business with his mom, that provides the money. The money is important, because 5 kids. I'm jobless right now. I should be feeling really bad that I'm jobless and I'm not contributing to the family, and the kids demanding and want things and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do as much as I can from whatever I can. Like I'm selling cheesecake, and we just get some money off so I can get things for the kids that they like and they want to have. That's what. And we're gonna start selling cheesecake again in October, and so we can save up a little bit. Maybe it's for their birthday presents or whatever. I'm just living because when my baby girl cries, it passes. She cries and then it just passes afterwards, and she's okay. And today's a rainy day, and I have to hang all my laundry in here and in those things. You can guys see my those are the 2 pineapples I have. This is an avocado tree and a pepper. I just put them together because I was not sure if this avocado tree is going to make it, but I think it's going to make it. And those are all avocado trees. Put them inside yesterday. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy they're up, because when I moved them from the dirt outside to the pots, their tops were just like went down. So now they're back up. I'm so happy. They're gonna make it this winter. So this is like, I don't say cold proof. It's gonna be super cold in the winter here too, but like this paper and this bubble, you know, the wrapping bubble thingy, when it's sunny day, it absorbs the sun and keeps it warmer inside, so the plants don't die. And so yeah, I just had to let this out of my system because I think, you know, maybe in the future when I'm like an old grandma, I'll just probably listen to those videos and I'll be like, oh my gosh, wow, you know. So I don't know, I just want to remember that, and remember that I cannot be there for my family members, and then just track me like what happens if something happens to my own parents. You know what's gonna happen? I'll be told, I'm sorry, I cannot leave my business. I have to stay here. So you can go maybe get like the oldest kids with you, and like I'll just ask my mom to take care of the twins and send them to the nursery every day, and bring them back and feed them and keep them alive pretty much. Or no, his mom cannot do that because she's working, you know, shoulder to shoulder next to him. But probably the grandpa has to do that. I mean, he's the only one who actually comes around and plays with them or just high fives them or whatever. And so yeah, it's just very interesting situation, and makes me sick in my stomach. And I try, you know, it's like when you deal with grief because of family passing, family member passing, and you live under circumstances where you cannot really do much, and you've been living in crap, like piles and piles of it for so many years. It's like there's no way you can go, nobody can help you, and people can just listen to you. And like that's what we do with my sister. We just vent to each other because there's no way out of it. It's just like you cannot go to a medical support, like a person who can guide you through, you know, psychologically, to go through things, to heal, and to think positively, and to have constructive thoughts and plans. And no, you're just buried here in ghost town. Like that's very good definition of that. Like this prefecture is basically a bunch of ghost towns together, and you gotta be a ghost to survive. And that's it.